this would be part 2 of wording in the contracts. It's kind of a little mixed bag, but I wanted to add a little bit more. Don't be stupid. Get a contract and get it signed. And I say that with all the love in my heart, really. You will feel so stupid when you get sued or you run over some water line or some little mistake you didn't even think about or realize could happen. And if you had a contract signed with the right words in it, you could just look at the homeowner and just say, hey, sorry, man, that's why I got it in my contract. I'd be out here fixing water lines forever had I have to fix every water line or sprinkler I ran over. And I've had people just actually look at, actually take out the contract that they just signed, 30 minutes ago and like, damn, it's in there. And that's why you put it in there. Because I've asked people, are there any sprinklers out there, any water lines, any hose bibs, anything out there that I need to be aware of so as I don't run into, hit, break, damage, and any old barbed wire laying around. He's like, no, it's fine. They don't remember. Their kid's bicycle has been laying out there for 3-4 months, 6 months ago. They forgot all about it. They left it out there last summer. Sure enough, I'm gonna run over it. I've hit headers, bicycles, razors, box springs. There's nothing left but the springs. You can't even see it's laying in the dried grass, whatever. So you can't even see it. Doesn't show very well. So get it signed. I know there is some hesitancy and ambivalence about putting a piece of paper in front of a customer to get it signed. You just feel like, I don't know, some uneasiness, or you're afraid to ask, or you're ashamed of it. You need to get over that. You need to be the professional, look a matter of fact in the eye and just say, here you go. Just need your little okay right here. You don't need to call it signature. You don't need to call it contract. Call it a work order, an agreement. If you don't like using those words, they do tell you in training, sales training, that those words are kind of a turn off to people. Don't use the word contract. Use the word agreement, work order. I just need your okay on this here and we'll get started. That'll help you get over the hump, get past the uncomfortable, uneasy feeling. But believe me, you will feel like an idiot for not getting it signed, not having one signed and ready. It could be just a plain piece of paper. It doesn't even have to have any of your logo or business address. Just have your name and their name and all the things we talked about, having written in the contract. Make it very clear and plain. In California, they say your odds of getting sued are 33%. So plan on getting sued at least once every 3 years. I've been doing this quite a few years, haven't been sued, thank goodness. But I've hit stuff and didn't have the contract because they weren't there signed. And man, well, I was really, sweating nails because they wanted me to pay for the plumber to come out and fix. I hit I think it was a pressure relief valve, or overflow valve, something, I don't know. It was started leaking. I turned it off, but it turned off a neighbor's water. So I think it was like $800 or $900, but that would be getting off really easily. But even if you have a owner occupied property and the customer's not there to sign it, fill it out yourself and write in the line there, agreed by phone, text, whatever, and then take a picture of it, send it to the owner or the contractor, whatever, whoever has agreed to do the work, wants you to do the work, and just have them reply agreed or terms accepted, something along those lines of the above contract, or print it out and sign it and then take a picture and send it back. But that's probably just the easiest way, is for them to reply agreed. And type that in there, please agree, reply agreed to the terms in this contract that I sent you, if they are acceptable, if the terms are acceptable. And then they'll reply agreed. I've done that before. That way it's in your text thread, so you can show that to the judge. Here it is, judge, here's the contract I sent them. They replied agreed. I went ahead and did the job, whatever, and rock hit the window. I don't even know if it was broken when I got there or before I got there, after, I don't know, but my contract clearly says I'm not liable for any damages arising out of the work performed there, even coming and going. I ran over their mailbox or something, sorry, you know, but I'm not paying for that either. Now, doesn't give you carte blanche to do, you know, crazy, wicked negligence, gross negligence. It's not going to cover you for something. You race through their, you know, your truck up in their house and plow through their garage, probably not going to hold water. But I've had several instances where I was really thankful I had the contract in hand and had them sign it. And if you're afraid to ask for this, then you're just asking for problems. You shouldn't be. You need to look and act and play the part of the professional. And I believe the more you act like a professional, the more they will agree to your terms. And you can dictate terms. And you'll see when you have done it a few times. So like, okay, we're gonna do here, we're there. I just need this here. I need cash, please. You know, please have cash when I get there. If you need to go to the bank, you know, go ahead, get, go ahead, so you'll have it when I'm done. Oh yeah, okay, I'll run to the bank. If you don't take checks or you have a credit card, make sure they understand it's going to be, you know, plus, you know, 3%, you know, so I can get that 3% back, or cash discount, whatever, however you want to word that. But they will do pretty much whatever you want them to do, or you're not going to do the work. They understand, hey, those are the terms. You're the professional. They're just waiting for you to tell them what needs to be done so they can get the job done that they need done. I've had hoses, barbed wire, fencing wire, baling, string, everything you can name caught in my mowers. And logs, stumps, big chunks of stumps that get jammed into my mower. And it's taken sometimes an hour, 2 hours. And I've had to charge the customer for that downtime. I'm usually making about $500 an hour mowing, and now I'm going to only make $300 an hour while I'm laying on the ground with stuff falling in my eyes, and while I'm trying to cut out this wire or string, whatever's caught in my mower. I've had homeowners come out there and get on their back underneath there with me, and very apologetic, and they're helping me cut it out, either razor knives or wire cutters. I've had to use bolt cutters. I carry all that stuff on my tractor, on my pickup, to get it all out there so I can get going again. Sometimes it breaks the shackles where the flail blades are held. But anyway, have all that stuff, you know, ready to go. But don't be stupid. Get a contract. Simple, plain, copy mine, like I said in the other video. Very simple. It doesn't have to be real wordy. I do have a little bit smaller type print down at the bottom, but you can make it bigger if you like. So there is no excuse. Oh, it was, you know, super tiny print, you know. It's just main stuff. Everybody has you sign a contract that pretty much protects them. A lot of these ideas I got from my surgeon when I had my gallbladder removed. It pretty much said like, hey, they cut the wrong thing out and I die, I have to agree to binding arbitration, which kind of limits their liability to, you know, a dollar amount, which is going to be less than how we go to a jury, whatever. Your auto mechanic, your plumber, your electrician, anybody comes to your house and does work, they're going to have a contract, a little agreement, a little work order that you sign. Read the fine print and you'll see it's pretty standard. They're trying to protect themselves from lawsuits, accidental stuff. Now, some stuff, they're not going to get away from you. You touch my wiring, you screw it up, and you cause a fire in my house, you're not going to get away from that because you are a licensed contractor, and I didn't have my hand in the wiring, you did. But they can still say, well, it's limited to binding arbitration, whatever. But you sign that piece of paper, start reading those agreements and work orders that you sign, and you'll be surprised how common it is. So and how many people don't read them. Most of my customers don't read the fine print, the contract, the agreement, all the exclusions until something happens. Oh, but one thing I did leave off there that I've been thinking to put in there is the height of the grass that I cut, the weeds. You know, I think it has to be 5 inches or less. I cut it down to 3 to 4. But in case they want it, they want you to go over the whole thing again. You just spent 2 hours out there mowing, and they didn't realize, I want it shorter. Like, hey, that meets you, meets the requirements by the state and the county. That's it. I'm not doing it for aesthetics. It's just to get you out of the fire, in compliance with the fire code. So any questions, feel free to drop me a comment, ask me questions. I'll try to get back to everybody. Thanks again.